So here we go, the conclusion of this two-part election story. When we last left off, Filthy Rich was the new mayor of Ponyville. And like I said last month, we know that Mayor Mare is going to regain her title, so as cliffhangers go, this is not the best hook. The greater mystery is why buildings keep collapsing with a floop. Yet the ponies aren't terribly active in figuring out why. Instead, we're witnesses to how royally Filthy Rich mucks up the town. I stick by my view that Mayor Mare and Filthy Rich are not proxies for Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. The similarities are superficial. Instead, I see this as a parable for a candidate who ran on honesty and character versus a slick persona who made grand promises. Granted, Mayor Mare needed a little more fire in her campaign, but clearly the comic wanted to stress that she was the best candidate. So when the new stadium construction ruins Fluttershy's health, or the triple taxes undo both Rarity and the cakes, the commentary shifts to what big promises precede: disappointment. This is pretty insightful. The voting masses are usually swayed by big promises of lower taxes, new jobs, and a dozen other platforms. Those might even be the candidate's intent, but rarely do we consider that elected officials have to work with checks and balances, other people, and they inherit problems or benefits from their predecessor. Case in point, Filthy Rich inherited a completely empty town account, hence the tax hike. Yet instead of being a good business pony and letting some things go, he just keeps trying to make promises. I'm not crazy that he's being so inept just to make Mayor Mare look better. Filthy Rich is at least nicer in this issue because he remembers Rarity's name. Diamond Tiara likewise graduates from simply rolling her eyes at her parents to having a good scene with Apple Bloom. We haven't gotten to enjoy something like this since Diamond Tiara's reformation. Ultimately, this issue is broken down into three topics: Filthy Rich's mismanagement, the main six's plea for the mayor to return, and the resolution of the collapsing buildings. I won't give away too much, but the latter does feature a Godzilla screonk. Darned if I don't have a weak spot for that sound. Oh yeah, and Starlight's in this again, but she doesn't really do anything. And while the mayor's return is a positive showing for her leadership skills, I'm at a crossroads here. Unlike Applejack and Mayor Mare's Friends Forever issue, the main six are not indisposed or in need of help. So there's the question of why they're so passive throughout this whole event. Yet I like seeing regular ponies stand up and take responsibility for their own lives. They don't have to solve the problem for the main six, it's just fun to see them contribute towards the solution. Ultimately, this is an interesting detour, but the story resets to zero. I'm not confident the mayor learned anything, or that the main six recognized the lesson of favoring character and sincerity over persona. Filthy Rich is not redeemed or improved, and his neglect of Diamond Tiara remains unresolved. Mayor Mare is clearly the beneficiary for this story, and it's given her a better showing than the actual cartoon. But I'm not a fan when boosting one character means making others incompetent. If there's any political commentary, it's on the electorate. That said, this comic is uniquely timed in that it comes out the same week that many of us should be getting mail-in ballots. Whether it's by mail or the polls, I hope everyone capable of voting will do so. Just as I like seeing ponies take responsibility for their own lives, voting is the bare minimum we can do for our own future. I'm Silver-Quill. Thanks for voting.